I am back and I am going to tell you about the issue with my phone. So what's wrong with my phone is that when it's flat on something, like if you just press it down and you try to touch it, it is not going to touch. It's going to freak out. And now it's time for the painting. And my favorite palette, which is actually not my only palette, we've got this, and we've got this, and we've got this, which I like because of a reason. I'll go take out that reason. I can't believe I'm going through this set of pile of stuff when I said I'm not going to. So I am going to go through it and I'm going to show you why I like it so much. So I was watching Drawing with Waffles, and I think it's Drawing with Waffles, I can't remember who did it, and they had this really nice window scene thing, so I decided I was going to draw it and paint it. I wanted to buy the book. Actually, I did buy the book. Well, my sister bought it for me, big difference. I told her about it, and she said she did buy it, she showed me she bought it, and I'm gonna wait for it to come, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to like see if I can do something, and I did this, and this side is chalky. I don't have this palette anymore, but this palette was more expensive than this one. This one's just $200, and it is, oh sorry, my finger's dirty. See, nothing comes off, but then like if I do it over here, ta-da, sorry, ta-da. So I like this one more, which is this very cheap Crayola washable watercolor set. So I'm just gonna put these back. I have them hanging up here. Bye-bye. This has to go back in its hiding spot. So let's put you back. Oh, there's also something else that I did with it. I tried doing the painting of my cat. There's probably going to be a video of him at the end of this. Not sure. I don't know. Maybe. I really don't know. This is probably going to be my longest video ever. Now time to color. Now I want to keep the original color scheme, but I'm going to change this blue. And her hair is going to be rainbow, but we could no longer do the platter rainbow because of the position she's in. Maybe I can try it on... No, definitely not her. I can try it on her. I don't know. I don't like her. I don't. She looks obnoxious and snotty, and I don't like her. Her legs just, it looks weird. I don't know. This is my container of water. It is a different color. This is the other container of water. I don't know why I have two containers of water. And these are my brushes. So, I have a lot of brushes, but you're probably going to see me only using this one because it is my favorite. Yes, I got it at PLS. When I got it, the top, you could have popped it off, but I super glued it back down. I think I have videos of it popping off. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So we're going to start with this, and this paper will probably not do good with watercolor, and I should have taped this down. I'm talking so much. I think my mouth is starting to hurt. I don't really talk a lot. We're going to use the clean water. What are we going to start with? Are we going to start with our hair? I hope this won't smudge. I usually leave it to dry, but then I usually don't talk in my videos. So, well, I talk, I record over, but I don't talk while doing it. So here we go. Maybe I shouldn't have used the glitter ink. Like, it's smudged. It's smudging. Why are you smudging on this paper? You usually don't smudge this much. Bye-bye. A lot of water came on. This is gonna be a mess. It is smudging. You know what? Someone once told me every spell is a style. It's a Guyanese thing, so we don't pronounce our words right. So every spell is a style. Oh, we are going to see the end results and see whether it was worth it or not. I think I'm pushing the brush too much in the water. I don't know. Here. He looks... I am not talking, I don't know what to say, other than please do not smudge. I want something to eat. I am painting and now I'm thinking about food. What do I want to eat? I don't know. I have yogurt in the fridge, there's bananas, and there's watermelon. I like watermelon a lot. Useless information, but I'm telling you anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna try to even this out later, not right now. Right now we're just going to do whatever. Hey, I like the story that I'm listening to right now. Did I tell you what I'm listening to? I'm pretty sure I did. It's Mr. Creeps. So, Mr. Creeps. I like his stories. But we are talking about painting right now, and oh, but look here. Can you see that? Oops. There. quiet again, aren't I? Sorry, listening to the story. There's this reason why I love scary story. Growing up, I would watch scary movies with my big sister, and well, now she's afraid of them and I'm not, but back then I used to be so afraid, and I'd cry and I want to go sleep with my parents, but I like to spread my arms and leg out when I sleep, so it wouldn't give me the comfortable sleep. My mom would have to go sleep with I used to sleep with my sister. I don't know why I got up and cried, even though I had my sister next to me. I wanted my dad. And so she would go sleep with my sister, and I would stay with my dad, and that would be it. This would go on for several nights. I also remember, like, if I wanted to go to the washroom, I'd wake up and I'd try to wake my sister up, or I'd call mommy, I need to go to the washroom, and she'd have to come get me and turn on the lights, and I'd then go. Other than that, I am not going. I'm not coming out of the room. Whatever monster's under the bed was gonna get me. It was gonna get my toes. So she'd have to come, turn on the lights, and take me. And my sister would get so annoyed. She doesn't like the lights. When she's sleeping, she'd complain her eyes would hurt, especially like if I stayed up with my dad to watch these Indian soap, we call them, or Indian series. And she'd go to bed early, and then I'm gonna come quickly into bed and I have to turn on the light before I come in the room because the switch was right by the door. And she'd get so angry and she'd yell at me, like, why do you need to turn on the lights? It's cause I'm scared. What am I afraid of? The monster under the bed. And if she tells me there's no monster under the bed, I'm going to admit, yes, there is a monster under the bed and it's going to get me. She'd be so annoyed. I don't think I'm gonna get the full rainbow color here. Maybe a day I can try to draw the monsters that I would have in my mind when I was little. Like what I thought was under the bed, but really there was nothing there. Other than some baskets of clothes. There was nothing more under my bed. So we're talking about scary stories, how I got into it. My sister would tell me these stories. After a while, I started liking them. Actually, no, sometimes I'm still afraid of the dark. But it's not as bad as it was when I was little. I mean, sometimes I can tough it out, but other times, no. I don't know, I just get so scared. And it's very weird because I am an adult. Why am I afraid of something that isn't there? No, let's thin this out here. Not really making much of a difference, but you know. This here, I'm just going over it with just water. Actually, this paper is holding up pretty neat. I am sorry I called you cheap and useless. You seem pretty cool. Sorry, paper. I'm quiet again, aren't I? Okay, so, another thing. This is something scary that happened to my sister. Oops, little spill. We'll correct that later. Something scary that happened to my sister and not to me was that a night, my dad and I, we were at the mandir. Any Hindu people will know that. It's a place of worship. So, we were there, and my sister was supposed to come with us, but she changed her mind. She didn't want to go, so she stayed at home with my mom, and our uncle, he came over, and she said, we had blackout that night. I wasn't home. When we got home, they told us this story, and I teased her about it for years. She said she was sitting eating, and when she looked up, it was as though someone was staring at her, and when she looked up, they just decided to they walked away. They just turned and walked away, and she said the person had on a blue shirt. So we teased her about the man in the blue shirt. It was bad, but I did it. So, the guy in the blue shirt, while we're teasing her about, before the teasing, my uncle was there, so he got out, he looked around. At that time, they had a dog named Sparky that lived there, and Sparky didn't wake up and bark or anything, so we thought it was just a figment of her imagination or something. And, she said that she decided to go bathe. Sorry, they already have black on when she saw the guy. So she decided to go take a shower, and she was throwing her towel up. She was going to go hang her towel up, and she felt like someone grabbed her hand and pulled it. And she started screaming, and my mom came in, and they checked again, but there was nothing there. And so my mom stayed by the entrance to the bathroom while my sister bathed. And when she finished, she went in the room, and both my mom and her said that they saw someone's face by the window. So they quickly closed the curtains. After they saw the face, it was there for a few seconds and then it went away, so then they went over, closed the curtains. And my sister got changed, and they stayed in the hall together until the light came back on. And when my dad came home, they told my dad and myself, and I jokingly told her, I was little at that time, I told her that she should have come to Mandir. And then my mom said that she would have been home alone, and I said, you should have come too. So I teased them for a while with that. I called it the man in the blue shirt, and that was something that stick. I'm gonna probably call her and ask her if she ever saw the man in the blue shirt again. So that's one scary story. Next night, I saw it too, or maybe I didn't. I was sleepy and I just got up when this happened. So my sister shook me awake, and there was this bright light in the bedroom. This is at this house that we're at right now. We just moved in, and she shook me awake, and when I got up, I saw the light, and I thought maybe the neighbor, it could have been the neighbor putting on their lights, because now looking back, when they put on their lights, their side light, it shines so bright in that room. So there was this bright light there, and then it was gone, and she kept saying that there was a lady at the foot of the bed, and I was curious on what the hell is going on. What is she talking about? What lady? There's no lady there now. My dad wasn't gone then, so he got up and he wanted to know what she was talking about. He was sick at the time, so he couldn't get up on the bed anymore. He was in the hall, and my sister was scared of the lady by the bed. I didn't really see much, just the light. The next night, she said there was a shadow in the kitchen. Then. At that time, I thought she was just making it up to scare me, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. So yeah, there was a lot of creepy things. There's this Chinese folktale where if you hear this bird, the bird sounds like "Mo want go home," which is like "I want to go home," but "Mo want go home." That's what the yelling sounds like. And they say that if the bird comes by your house and yells it, then somebody there is gonna go home. They're gonna die. So it's very creepy and ominous. But I guess I believed in it for a while, because before my uncle died, he used to stay here when the house was building, and he was supposed to stay with us after this house was complete. So these birds, they flocked the house, and they were saying over and over the same thing. I'm not gonna repeat it, and I didn't like it. So yeah, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, because the same thing happened before my dad died. There's also this other thing that they believe is a bad omen: butterflies. Those cute, lovely guys. Who would believe they're a bad omen? The night before my dad died, there were a lot in the house. It was a Thursday night, and there were so many in the house, and I had my little cousin here, and she was like, someone said, "Oh look, her mom came to visit her," because her mom passed away when she was very little, and they were joking about it, and they were saying it could also be my mom's brother who came to visit her. And then the next day, well, I had just gotten home from school and I wanted to take a nap. My mom and my sister were fighting that day, and then he just passed away. But there was a lot of butterflies, so they believe butterflies are a bad omen too. My mom doesn't like them. After that day, when she sees them in the house, she chases them away. And little does she know, I was the one who used to hard caterpillars in the house and feed them, and they turn into butterflies. So she doesn't know that, and if she watches this video, she's probably gonna find out now. I hope she doesn't, because she's gonna be very upset with me. Now it's time to make skin color, and this is something that I have had an issue with. I don't know how to get dark skin tones, and I would really, really love a dark skin tone for her. I would, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm just gonna tell you some more creepy stuff. One of the creepy thing about this place is that years ago, many years ago, before houses were built on these lands, it was actually a cane field that was used during slavery time. And so one of the very interesting facts is that they didn't put burial plots. They would just dig a hole and throw the bodies in. That's actually not interesting. That's very sad, to just dig a hole and throw someone in. So there's a lot of places there's a lot of probably dead people under your house. It's not nice, it's scary. This next thing they call Dutchman tomb. That would be like the very important people. They would have these nice tombs. We have one in the backyard. It's currently down in the ground. As time went by, lands got higher, and so you've got to dig them up now. We're not going to go dig up any tomb. I don't want to see what's inside. Nobody wants to see what's inside. I am curious, but not that curious that I am going to go and dig up something like that. There's actually one under our house. While we were doing construction about it, they asked my dad if he wants to take it up or if he's going to leave it down, and he asked if he could leave it down, and they said yes, so he did that. He just left it down there because there's this silent thing. You don't bother it, it doesn't bother you, so we're not going to go bothering it. We don't want it to come bother us. Why would we go bother it? It's been there for years. So I'm finished with my skin color. I'm terrible with skin color. This is turning in more to a story than painting, even though I was hoping for an art channel. But then again, I'm learning myself, so mostly stories about this beautiful place called Guyana, and where I'm from, this wonderful place called the Fortune. But they should change that name. There's no fortune in this. There's nothing good about this place either. The Fortune, no good. Back in the days, like if you walk on the road, you just find money on the road. Poor souls who drop their money, but now times are so hard, so no one can afford to drop their money. They make sure their money is safe. I remember one time, my sister and I was walking on the road when we found $10,000 rolled up. We took it home and gave it to our dad. We should have kept it. I'm just kidding. It was good we gave it to him. He did get us some stuff. No, we couldn't return it to the person who it belonged to because we don't know who that is. It could be anyone. good fortune has somewhat of a lot of people. My sister is currently living in the States, along with my mom. I'm currently here alone. I have my aunt Sarah here in this house with my boyfriend, but I'm just gonna stay alone because he's currently at the back, all the way at the back. I need to stop saying it's a bad thing. Just and I really need to stop that. Another scary fact. Oh, this one is sad, creepy, and scary. In one, they broke down the house. When I was little, the house next to the center ground, it was a wooden house, and the story is that a little boy, he went to school and they were playing with marbles, and so this boy, he won against the boy, but the boy stole all his marbles, and he tried to get him back, and he got beaten up, and the teacher suspended him from school, even though he was the one that got beat up. And he came home and he told his dad and mom weren't getting along, so they started fighting, and he got so angry and he went up to his room and he hanged himself. So like I said, that one is a sad story. So another thing, no, the story's not finished. As the years went by, the people were still living in the house, but people on the streets, they stopped using that room, and people on the street say that they would see a shadow on the road of a boy hanging from the ceiling. And this went on for many years. I've never seen it myself, but you know, I was little and I wanted to be like, I used to live right next to the house, and I wanted to be like, oh, I saw that, it is so true. And I said I saw it, but I really didn't. So the house is gone now, but for a while people still say that if you walk by the house, you're going to see the boy hanging. Sad, creepy, very much. I'm running out of skin color, and I'm gonna have to mix again, and if I mix again, I'm probably not gonna get the right shade. This is not going nice. Alright, we're gonna try to mix again. So we're mixing, and we're going to also go back into scary stories that are told right here in Guyana. Oh, they have blue in this side. I hope that doesn't bother it. I really do hope that doesn't. It's a very small amount of blue. It won't bother it, right? It really won't bother it. I hope. I'm not for sure. Now we're gonna add the red. This one's darker. That's not good. Makes sense why the Forest Service put the sign saying figures enter term as unfound. Because a party is supposed to try and find someone out there when there is a random crime. Voices calling us by name. I have a particular story that comes to the closest to describing whoever is out there. I need a lot of white. It's the closest thing we have to a description of what it's like. But I'll save that for another time. Due to that, I don't want to have my thoughts when thinking about that thing part of the extended. Alright, let's see. Yeah, putting a lot of white. I will finish this request in that. If you ever do hear people calling you from the woods or it's almost close. We're gonna put in some more white. Hopefully we get the right color here. Always be aware of people that are around you because the thing in the woods making the sounds often known to imitate the same voices on the loved ones. I will say again one more time to agree to your skull. Just ignore that and act like I'm a messy person. Somewhat of a messy person. Since the last time that I uploaded the first part of the story, I got a few comments and replies up to the telling what the choices can be caused by. It's the same color, right? You don't see much. You're seeing a difference. Alright, we're gonna try. Oh yeah, scary stories. There's this other one. Sugarcane field, men on horses, blah blah blah. They say that certain streets at night, you could hear the horses galloping through the streets, and you would hear men yelling, and you'd hear their whips, like they're beating someone, and you'd hear people running. I actually heard something like that one night, but it could be a horse just running through the streets because people have their horses just roaming around. One night, one came in front by our gate, and I was out there looking at them, 3 of them, not one. One of them was so big, and he came up to the fence. He was so close to the fence, and I'm thinking, if this guy wanted to jump this fence and chase me, he can damn well jump my fence. He was so big. I've seen, I don't know, I guess I never been so close to one before that I underestimated how big they are, and for a moment this one just looked like he can trample me on the ground. Like, I get him angry, he can just stomp me down into the dirt. It won't be much of an effort to him with how big he is. And there was this little one with them, and I don't know if he was playing with the other one or if he was chasing her away, but he didn't want her there. It was a he, and he clearly did not want her. I don't know if he was playing or chasing her away. It was something. So, time to do the face. And I'm going to try to be careful. I'm not careful. I said I'll try. I never said I am. Difference between trying and when you are careful. Da 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 da. I had mistakes I made earlier. Back to the thing where I was telling you I heard the horses. We were over there late tonight. I think we were sleeping over, and I heard the horses running through the street. So maybe it could be real horses because I didn't hear whips or anything like that. But if it was horses, what are they running from? But I got scared. I didn't peep through the window. I wasn't gonna go look through. I don't want to see no men on horses riding through the street so late at night. It would be so creepy, and I don't want them to see me watching them too. And what am I going to do? Say hi, continue riding. I'm just here watching out the window, you know. So. Oh, this is a different story. If you ever hear crying from the woods. So, what were we talking about? I forgot. Oh yeah, I was telling you what I'm listening to. Crying in the woods. Oh, I have a story about crying. My brother-in-law, my cousin's husband, was visiting us, and he was staying in this. Before this house became a flat concrete house, it was a wood house, and so he was staying in here. And he said that he woke up to a baby crying, and we weren't here that night. He was here with his wife, and he got up and he was trying to find this baby that was crying because it sounded like it was coming from in front of the house, and he was a bit weirded out, like, why is there a baby crying here? And he got up and he was about to open the gate to go outside. I don't know what would have happened if he opened the gate to go outside, but he was about to when my cousin came out and stopped him and told him to come back to bed. He was telling her, but there's a baby crying, and she's like, no, come back to bed. He was creeped out. I was creeped out, but that's when they're going to say that if you hear crying nighttime, if you have a baby and your baby is not crying, don't go outside to go look for the crying baby. You do not want to go look for that crying baby. And I always wondered why. I'm gonna call my mom and ask her about it. Like, I'm gonna bring story up and ask her, what would happen if you follow the crying baby? What's the crying baby about? Maybe she can give me a better answer. So that's the story that I know about the crying baby. There's a next thing to a woman screaming. She runs up and down the street at night screaming. We're told that if we ever see something like that, don't go outside, just go back to bed. I just want to know what's the screaming about. I've never heard it before, but that was something that I was told. If you hear a woman screaming, don't go outside to see who's screaming. Like, what if someone's getting robbed and they're screaming? And I was like, you're going to know the difference. This one is going to sound off. It's not going to sound normal. You're going to be able to tell. This one is going to sound different. I've never heard it. I don't know whether I thank God or just not believing it, but never heard someone at night screaming. And
There's nothing natural about it strung up in a tree and you try to look for fish. That's how the people from town explained it to me. They were very close to her, so when they heard about the cover up, they went to complain about it. They were then told that if they really wanted to get the present ball, they would have to lose all their homes plan because the government would declare it an unsafe land on the law. So they went down. Anyway, when I checked my house this morning, I found the kitchen window wide open and the wire tool was crushed. There was no way for me to keep it shut, so I had to resort to duct tape, which made me look more like white trash than I already am. I looked at the back of my house where I found the scratch previously. Nothing had changed.
We're almost finished. I'm just trying to make her look better than the first one. Really, I am.
I looked through it and there was a small crack in the blinds which allowed the view right below where I rest my head at night. My hands trembled when I realized that something was watching me as I slept. But I don't know if it was just some race lunatic.
I know my humming sounds horrible. Anyway, you just ignore that. Pay attention to the drawing. Sorry, painting. Pay attention to your own painting. Just do something else. Ignore me humming. We're not going to say any more scary stuff for this video. I mean, I could tell you about Oleg. Oleg is something like a vampire, but she's not a vampire. She's an old woman who takes off her skin, crawls into... What am I saying crawl into? I am mixing up. Old woman takes off her skin, turns into a ball of fire, could fit through a keyhole, and she comes to drink her blood. She prefers the blood of babies, so but you could fight her back. If you have a child, put them in blue night gowns. I don't know why she has a problem against blue night gowns. She just does. Put them in blue night gown. When she goes to pick out the baby and sees it in a blue night gown, she's going to put it back down. And you can put rice by the door. As she turns around to run out back, she's going to see the rice by the door, and she's going to stop and say like, oh my god, there's rice by the door. I need to count this. I forgot her arm. Here. Yeah, she's going to say, oh my god, there's rice by the door. I need to stop my escape. And oops. Oopsie. She'll let that ride. It's fixed. You don't notice anything. It is completely fine. Yeah, so back to saying, she's going to say that she needs to bend down and count this rice now before she leaves. And so this old fable woman is going to bend down in your house late at night, counting, you guessed it, rice. So you're supposed to throw down 2 handful rice, or at least 1.5, so that because she's going to pick up with one hand and count and straight to the other hand, and if she makes a single rice falls out her hand, she has to start over. So if there's more than a handful on the ground, of course there's some that are going to fall out, and every time it falls out, guess who has to start back counting their rice? Yes, the old creepy lady in your house. like if you want her to stick around more than a few seconds. Anyway, while she's counting, if the sun comes up and you get up and you find her, you can get a calabash broom and beat her with it. Like, you know, the next best thing to do to a crippled woman in your house, instead of calling the cops, is to beat her with a broom. Like, that sounds fitting. But then again, in Guyana, if you dial 911, you're going to hear, we cannot help you. Call the station near you. So if you do not know the station near you, you're gonna die if someone's trying to kill you. Say your prayers. Pray to God. I mean, you have a better chance for God coming down and helping you than the Guyana police officers to help you. You really do. So, yeah, 911 does not work here. Don't call it. You're wasting your time. She is... Oh, her lips. What color is her lips going to be? Should it be red? Should it be pink? Should it be blue? It's going to be somewhat red. Yeah, so you can beat her with a broom and she's not going to come back to your place. There's a story my dad told me about when he was little. I'm going to say it in the next video. I might make another video today, I am not sure. A makeup video for the last 2 days that I missed. I think it was 2 days or a day. I'm not sure either. I'm pretty sure it's 2 days that I missed. I'm going to do 2 more videos today to make up for that. And this video is coming to the end. This is... I can't close this. I want to sneeze too. I'm trying to put this down safely without closing it because I mixed in the cover and I have palettes to mix in, but they don't seem fitting, do they? And I can mix in the cover. What am I looking for? It is right here. Where are you? I keep asking where are you, so come back. This is the redo. Let me sign it. I don't really sign my work. I don't put a date there. If anybody paid attention to my name, they would know I misspelled it when I signed it, but nobody pays attention because my name is Rushdi, R-I-S-H-D-I. But when I sign it's R-S-H-D-I, like I forget about the I, but no one noticed that. And this is the 2020 drawing. And this one, from way back then, I'm going to do it with pencil. See, this is the S. There's no I there. Same thing for my last name, Gopal. The O and the P is in one, and no one noticed. And this is 2017, I remember. See, I remembered 2017, and please put down 2020, and my very cheap paper worked perfectly fine. It was very good cheap paper, it really was. So, I'm gonna do some more drawing my old artworks, but I'm probably gonna do it different from this video. I'm not sure yet. Bye!